been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we want.
See you next year. I'm back from vacation, and yeah, it's time to get serious about the series again.
Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone.
So as you can see, ordered some new parts for this rebuild. But before we go into the parts, I think I need to change to something a bit more suitable. So much better. Yes, we have a lot of pink sunglasses in the house. A lot of girls. Okay. New parts. Where should we start? So, coffee. Something good to the coffee. My wife has just baked cinnamon buns. I'm so lucky. One major part missing from the fuel system is the tank. I have ordered a new tank from Alisport, UK. It's a beautiful tank in aluminium with the craftsmanship there on the welding is I don't think you're gonna find a better tank, a better option. I ordered 2 tanks, and if someone in Norway wants to buy the second one, let me know. It's still in production, so it's gonna be some time before it's here, but 2 tanks are on the way. There's also something else from Alisport coming, but that's gonna be a surprise for later. Really cool. Now, next part on the fuel system, and yeah, cinnamon bun. Yummy for my tummy. Straight out of the oven. I'm so lucky. And as you can see, all the stuff that's missing, fuel pump and carburetor, and we're gonna go into those now. Fuel pipes, fuel pump in parts, not looking super great. Okay, carburetor, fuel pump. So this is the major reason why things stopped with the series. I wanted to rebuild the pump, and some would say, why don't you just buy a new pump? Yeah, you could, but I would like to try and rebuild it just to learn more, and yeah, I like the way of repairing instead of buying new, so that's why. So I got new parts for this, new parts that will fit the size of the membrane, and also if you're going to buy, you need to check that you have the right mounting points here on the tip of the membrane. These are different on the different pumps. So this is the oldest style, I think, which is just completely squared with these 2 notches. And also the new ones, you need to check that they are good for the new type of fuel that we have now. That is order. I think I ordered 2 sets, but I have at least 1 set. One thing that I don't think is in the kit is the mesh or the filter, which sits inside the bowl here, and I need to get that new at some point. But fuel quality in Norway is basically really good, and with a new tank it shouldn't be a problem. And maybe I will put in an inline fuel filter at some point. So the main reason I need to rebuild the pump is because these 2 valves, basically there are 2 one-way valves here, and I think they were stuck open. So I read in Emery's Kirby's book that these usually don't fail unless they don't get used, and this hasn't been used for 30 years, so that's why probably these valves are stuck open or something got between. And yeah, looks pretty grim still, but it will do for now. And then yeah, try to rebuild this today. Also need to look at the carburetor, as this was leaking fuel. I changed the floating pin. I didn't check the settings. I think it's 33 millimeters from the gasket to the top of the float. So I need to check that. Also, I didn't change out the float pin housing, just the float pin itself. So I think I'm going to change out that. Also, there's an O-ring here that I don't think I changed out. So coming back, looking back, I went through the video that I have already made. If you haven't seen that, go and check that out. And I learned from that. I read some more, the documentation on how to rebuild it. So now I think I can get this sorted so we don't have a leaky carburetor. Yes. So new tank is on the way. I got the parts for this to fix this. Also, I ordered some other parts that we can open now. With the new tank, you need a pickup pipe and a fuel gauge. And I got this from a fellow Land Rover enthusiast on the forums for a good price. So thank you, Gaute. So this is still intact. You can see how my old one broke off. It's looks original and in good condition. Also with the mesh down here, and also fuel level is looks to be original. So we'll see if that works. When I get the tanks ordered, I'm gonna also buy a new one, then we will see if it works. But it's really cool to have old original parts for the old car. Okay. Fuel pump. Okay, so we know what to do. Now we need some spare parts. So let's open. Let's open. Two kits with for the fuel pump with the right connection, as I said, on the diaphragm. Also something that says Lucas on, and yeah, that's going to come later. But now open the kit. Okay, let's go through the parts. We got main diaphragm with the right connection. We got some seals here. I think this is for other pumps, maybe, because this is the seal against the engine, which we're going to use. This is too big, yes. This is the seal for the bowl, which is underneath here. And they recommend replacing this. And then you have the two one-way valves, each going to be replaced inside here. And gaskets, not really sure, should they be on the valves? I am not really sure, so we're going to check that out. But yeah, basically this is what you get, what you need. I think from what I've seen, getting the one-way valves out is the most difficult part, because this is the easy part. Okay, so I got it to hook up. It was not easy, but basically it's pushing it down and turning it 90 degrees, but you need to hit the right spot. So I had to go and get the book, and in the book you can see how it's going to be mounted down in the pump. So I'm going to do it again. Hopefully we can manage to do it. So same thing, getting it out, twisting it 90 degrees, and it's out. So I found holding the lever here, pushing it in, gets the point where you're going to hook this up closer to the center, and it's going to be straight down, turning 90 degrees. Let's try. Hopefully I can do this again. So it's not easy. I think I got it. Yeah, got it. Okay, leave that for now. Then we can move over to the difficult part, getting these out. I think it's punched in with these metal things, metal edges here, so I'm just gonna try and see how it goes. I can understand why people buy new pumps. Ooh. Okay, I broke the whole valve, outer part of the valve. Here it comes. Woohoo! No wonder it's stuck, because it's so wide. So this is the seal. Going to clean this out properly afterwards when it's cool. That's one. The other one, I think you could push here. I saw it move. Oh. Oh, coming. It's out. Good. I think I managed to do it without breaking anything. Just some small scarring. Good. Okay, so we got the one-way valves out. I seen a video on this, and yeah, he also struggled, and yeah, I knew this was going to be the hard part, but we managed to do that pretty well, I think. Now I'm just going to clean up. Got my Dremel, and I'm just going to use a little bit of this to clean up the verse. Being really careful not to take too much. Okay, so the top part cleaned up. See if we can get the seals inside without breaking them. And not sure if they are too big or not. One seal in place. Just a little extra edge here, so I need to cut that off before putting in. Being really careful not to bend the seal. That looks good. Okay, so now it's time for the one-way valves. The seals are in. It's pretty simple. The fuel flows from the chamber on the bowl here, from the tank into the bowl, into this chamber, and basically the pump, how it works. The lever is inside the engine and goes up and down. This in turn pulls on the diaphragm. That makes a vacuum inside of here, which pulls the fuel through the one-way valves and pushes the fuel through the other one-way valve up to the carburetor. So if you hold a pump, if you know know where the fuel comes from, it's easy to put one-way valves in, and on the one-way valves, the fuel flows from this end to this end. And you can see there's a spring in here which pushes the what's called membrane here close. So you can just look at that, and you know the way the fuel flows in the pump, and you can put in the one-way valves, and it's going to be sitting like these in the end, flowing through here up into this chamber and then out and to the carburetor. Now you're going to find a socket, I think, that fits here, and then you're going to push it slowly and carefully in place. So it's not in yet, but it's going in. So I think I found a socket that just fits. Let's see. Yeah, so it went in on that side. I think we have it. Yep. It's in. And we put it in the right way. Now get the next one. Let's go in crooked. Yeah, it's on the way in. That's good. Let's see if we can do this one now. Looks good. I think we're gonna call it. That's good. Valves are in. Looks to be seated nicely. Both are in the right way. Good job. Okay, so super happy how that turned out. Yeah, it really it can really test you when you get to these points where it's difficult, and yeah, but when you find a way that works, and I think this worked really well. Yeah, now basically it's just fitting this up again the right way, like so, and the pump is done. Get all the holes to match up. Just putting all the screws at the same time, making this line up. I don't think it's cut perfectly, this diaphragm, but it's all within, around on every edge here, it's all the way out, so that's good. Even though it sticks more out on one side than the other, I don't think that's going to be an issue, because everything is lined up here. Yeah, just using the pump a bit and then tightening it down. Good. One new rubber seal. As I said, I'm missing the mesh here, or the filter, so I need a new one. And like so. We should have a working pump. Nice job. Done. Fuel pump all done. Really happy with the job. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do this, but I think I've done a good job, and it's basically just to mount it. You can see down there, that's the mounting point for the pump. But before we do that, I'm going to fix the carburetor, and then we're going to do the test that I did in the previous videos, pumping fuel from with the pump up to the carburetor and see if everything holds up, if the pump holds pressure and if the carburetor don't overflow as we saw last time. So let's do that. Let's jump into fixing the carburetor. I have 2 or 3 things that I know I could do to make it better. Okay, so if you have overflow problems with your carburetor, I have read that you can fix it on the car basically. You can adjust the float itself. You can replace the needle valve and the needle itself for the fuel inlet. So I went back and to watch the video that when I rebuilt the carburetor, and I didn't change out the needle valve or this part. I only replaced the pin which sits inside that, and that could have been the issue. And also I didn't replace the O-ring. Let's see, can we do this? Let's see, this needs to come off, this needs to come off, okay. And I didn't replace the O-ring. Why? I don't know. Can't remember. Let's see. Okay, so I just checked the other carburetor float pin to see how it looks. It's really bad. We'll come back to that later. But when I rebuild this, I changed the float pin here, and this seems to be not tight at all. And but I didn't change the float valve. So if I check the other valve that came with the kit that this pin was in, it fits much better. So I need to replace the whole thing, which I didn't do. Also, I didn't change the O-ring down here. Not really sure if that's going to be a problem, but I'm going to change it either way because it feels hard. If I can get it off. Yeah. Ooh. Really stiff. So I'm going to replace that with a new one there. Replace this with the whole thing here. And also we're going to measure the float, how it sits with the float in place. And when you measure it, it should say 33 millimeters, which it doesn't here, so it should be more, the lowest point should be 33, so around there. And this is way down, so we need to do something here. And I think the trick is to put some a washer between here, which is, I don't think is there. So there is already a washer there, so I'm going to keep that. You could add another washer, but let's try it out. And this here, the pin fits really good. Let's see, I'm gonna try first. 2 washers and a seal here. Let's see if that brings it up. Yep. That was way too much. Okay. Remove one like so, but keeping the. So what you can do, you can bend the tab on the float to make it a bit higher. So we're gonna do that. That's not too bad. So 33 millimeters looks to be not too bad. So we're going to test that. So that's adjusted, that's good. So we fixed new valve, fixed the float adjustment. Now new O-ring. That's the old one. Not sure it can manage to get this on. So this is from the old kit, so let's see. Yeah. Just making sure it's all the way down. There we have it. Whoop whoop. You see how the valve works. Like so. That's good, that's good, 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 good. I think we are pretty much set. One of the pins. Like so. Okay, so carburetor all fixed, also the pump. Now, only thing missing is to do a fuel test, and like we did last time. So I'm just going to set that up, and then I'm going to see if the pump fuel and holds the pressure, and if the carburetor can withstand the pressure and yeah, don't leak fuel. Okay, so it's been a long time and now really excited, and yes, the test bench is back up again. If you're watching the videos before, you have seen this test bench, but I have added the pickup pipe this time. Pickup pipe, fuel line, fuel pump, all new, rebuilt, and fuel pipe up to the carburetor, and hopefully that's gonna keep the fuel this time. And yeah, very excited. Let's get to it, see if it works. Okay, so last time I needed to help out the pump to get fuel into the pump itself by blowing air into the tank. Let's see. First pump. And it's pumping. And the bowl is almost full. Fuel is holding, it's coming up into the carburetor. No leaks yet. That's good. So it says in the book, when I pump, I should feel the pressure change when the valve closes inside the carburetor. So let's try. Yeah, it feels like I cannot push anymore. It's not heavy, it's just lighter. Yeah, there's a change in pressure. After a while, the pressure comes back. Okay. It's not leaking. It's not leaking. Yes. I think I've done it. Yeah, it goes light because there's pressure in here. It keeps the diaphragm pushed up. Yeah, it works. It actually works. I can't believe it. I actually made something work, and yeah, fuel episode 2 done, and fuel is fixed. Next up will be mounting it on the car, and yes, trying to get it started. But that's going to be the next video. I need to close this off, go in and edit, and then you will see this Friday night maybe, I hope. Yes, so happy. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and hit me up with a comment if you have some questions. If you're watching this on TV, don't bother, it's very difficult. But if you want to support the channel even more, I hope you can check out Patreon. It will help me out a lot as I try to get this channel off the ground and hopefully someday do this full time. So yeah, all support is appreciated, but yeah, I'm just so looking forward to next time when we're going to try and start this up. See you next time. It is still holding fuel. It's still holding fuel. Whoop whoop. So cool. I made it work.
Are you